Jewel tweets, quote, people framing the survival of Adriana Smith's baby as a miracle when it's actually one of the worst outcomes. Shinmui fan tweets, quote, I still hope the baby doesn't survive more than another day or two. People are seriously not understanding the precedent across the country that will happen if the baby survives. It really is the absolute worst thing that can happen. They tweets, quote, everyone being like, oh, what a cruel thing to say, like, motherfucker, why would anyone want to live knowing the government used your mother's decaying body as an experiment? Because they cared about playing with you and your mom's lives and bodies more than any sort of ethics or morals. Even if the kid survives, the kid's gonna either be fucked up mentally or physically, and it'd be entirely the fault of the government because they wanted to fucking play God knowing the consequences would only impact the babies and mothers that they feel entitled to the bodies of. They don't care about the good of saving the baby's life, they want to use the baby surviving as a justification to make more people suffer like this. I don't want the baby to survive because it'd be at the cost of everyone, but the people playing with people's lives for no fucking reason. Rothrelik tweets, quote, I might be a monster for saying this, but I don't want that child to live, because if it grows to live and have a decent life, then we as women are doomed to never escape the role of an incubator. Adriana Smith was an experiment of a country that hates its women. Kristen Chapman Willard MLIS AHIP SRSS tweets, quote, just a side note on the horrific story of Adriana Smith, the surgical teams had to remove the baby because she was beginning to decay. You fucking monsters, her death back in February was not enough, you ghouls. Now you have a 29-ounce struggling tortured baby in the NICU. Electricon tweets, quote, okay, what happens if the baby lives? Not worth? Irene Adler responds by tweeting, quote, no, it shouldn't be alive, not at the cost of its mother's abuse. Almia, Taylor's version, tweets, quote, Adriana Smith was brain dead in February. They let a fetus grow inside her rotting corpse. Women are not incubators. This is an experiment testing if comatose or brain dead women can be used as surrogates. And when the baby's born, the same people will defund every support system. Eccles responds by tweeting, quote, let's celebrate the birth of baby Chance. Incidentally, the mother's body was not rotting, it was kept on life support. Almia, Taylor's version, responds by tweeting, quote, let's celebrate the birth of baby Chance. Yeah, let's just ignore the horror of keeping a legally dead woman on machines for months so her uterus could finish gestating a fetus she never consented to carry to term. Eccles responds by stating, quote, it was her own child and she wanted to carry it to term. May she now rest in peace, having brought a new life into the world. So yes, once again, the left is truly showing itself as being the side of empathy and compassion. A level of empathy and compassion that could only be matched by the likes of Adolf Hitler towards Jewish people. Which makes sense because Hitler was also a progressive leftist.